Hello, everybody, and welcome to the table team. Hope everybody's doing well, and welcome to your countdown to deadline stream. FPL, how are we doing, Russell?
Yeah, I was just enjoying the intro. I saw you
like
said,
it?
"Oh, you like it." It was quite nice, actually. It's very short, a lot shorter than the other one. Does it have
Yeah,
any
well, I've
music
got
on it?
15 seconds. I've tried to bring it down a little bit so people don't get bored.
Yeah, exactly. What was it say? Did you? Does it have any music on it?
Yeah, I put my own music on it. Yeah.
Good, yeah, because I didn't hear the music. It's not that rap music that you normally have, is it? All that grime stuff. That...
No.
Oh,
It's nice.
so you got rid of that?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. It was awful.
Yeah, so that's it. No, you like it. It's got a little bit of. It's a nice little beat to it. But yeah, no, I think you'll like it when you put your earphones in and listen to it. I think everyone will be quite pleased with that, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I liked it. It was short and sweet. Yeah. I was a bit worried though
because it took ages to do.
But I was a bit worried because I was kind of like, you normally have a bit of time to kind of get yourself set before the screen goes, and it went live straight away, didn't it? Basically, so
15 seconds.
Yeah, it's a lot shorter. So
I think that's more than enough time for an intro.
Good.
So, Russell, we haven't really spoke much, have we? We've been really, really busy, and you've had your work. I've had family. I've had family.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kieran. Kieran's got a new profile picture. No, basically, we didn't really do. You've been busy with baby stuff, and there's never any messages sent about last week. I mean, we can talk about it during this stream. Obviously, it's a deadline stream, but we can also, if we want to talk about what happened last week, we can do. So yeah.
I'm really struggling with my team because my mind's been preoccupied. I wish the season started this week, so I would have had a bit more time to work on my starting 11. Because I'm not at all happy with any of them, if I'm honest.
Well, why don't you? You've got the experts in the. You've got the experts in the chat and on the screen. So why don't you indulge us with your problems and what's going on?
Well, one of my biggest problems is I haven't got a bench. My bench players don't play. I haven't got a bench whatsoever.
Why don't you show us your team from last week so we can see what you've got?
At the moment, I took out Alexander-Arnold because he's injured. I've replaced him with Undogi from Tottenham. So my back three's Estepurian, Undogi, and Saliba. My midfield is Rashford, Fernandes, Maddison at the moment, who's orange, yellow flagged, Odegaard, and with James Ward-Prowse. I'm happy with James Ward-Prowse. He got some assists last in his opening game for West Ham. I'm really happy with him. But then my front, I've got Haaland and Joe Pedro.
Well, I think you're over. I think I was watching a few things before I came on, and Maddison's he is fit to play. Whether he does play is a different story. And Joe Pedro might play now because that guy's got injured, that Enciso, whatever his name is. So actually, your chances of those two are a bit greater. So you're taking a punt, but whether Enciso Pedro does play is hit or miss. So they're probably not as bad as you think. What are the other issues you said you had?
Well, it's my bench. I've got Mbama, who's never going to play. He's never going to get minutes for West Ham. Never.
Who else?
I've got Player.
So he will play. So that's one bench player you've got.
And at the moment, I did have Undongli on bench, but I've replaced him with Alexander-Arnold.
So you got Alexander-Arnold on the bench?
Yeah, because he's out. He's got red flagged, and he's Alexander-Arnold. He's out injured, isn't he?
I don't know if I'm pretty sure he's playing now. No, Alexander-Arnold's fine. You're okay. He is playing.
He is playing.
Yeah, he's not. Where you got your red flag from? He's not red flagged.
See, this is what I meant. You see, I had a bit of a nightmare last week. So, who would you change? I want to bring Alexander-Arnold back into my side.
What, against Newcastle away?
See, this is my problem, man. It's so you keep the back three as Estepurian, Undogli, and Saliba.
Saliba, Stupin, yeah. Who's the other one? Undogli, who's that?
Yeah, he plays for he's a young kid who plays for Tottenham.
Oh right, Spurs got. Bournemouth away. I don't know.
UD, OGI, Undugly.
I don't know. I've got a bit of a soft spot for Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't know. Out of the two, you could coin flip that.
Well, so my back three now is Estepurian, Alexander-Arnold, and Saliba.
Who's in goal?
My midfield is a midfield five of Rashford, Fernandes, Odegaard, Ward-Prowse, and Madison. Madison's yellow flag.
Yeah, I don't think you got as many issues as of what you're making out. Madison and Pedro are probably your issues. So they're the ones. They announce fit, but will they get the minutes? That's your problem. So it's not as bad as you think. So, do you want to do that poll? Because I was going to ask the people in the comments, because Stu wanted to do a poll of Madison replacements. So, are you still going to get rid of Madison from what you've been told now, or are you thinking of keeping him?
Because my forwards is Joe Pedro and Haaland, and my other forwards in Bama, who's never going to get any minutes. I want to get a dead cert starter in midfield. I need me five. I've got a feeling that Joe Pedro's going to blank this week, but I've got no one to change him for. So
I'm confused. What you want to change, Madison or Pedro?
Madison.
Right. So people in the poll, we need 4 suggestions, and Stu needs to do a. It's so funny. We're doing a poll, not for any of you guys, purely for Stu. So
I don't know if I can get this week. I do honestly. Actually, do you know something? I'm going to start the timer as well now, guys. Because there's like 2 minutes. There we go.
So have you got any money in the bank?
0.5. So if I take Madison out, I'll have 8 million.
Okay, then. So let's look at the Madison replay. I mean, Foden's an option, like Kieran said. So why don't you put Mbeumo, Foden, Sterling? I think that's a good shout. Then we need one more, and then we can all vote on it. So you've got 8 million to spend.
Thomas Sterling. Who else?
You can either have Richarlison, Jota, Diaz.
Jota will be a better J-O-T-E, in it.
Yep.
Yep, and then one more player.
So that's it. You got 4, haven't you? That's how you could have in a poll in it. 4.
Mitoma, Sterling, Jota, and Richarlison.
So how many's that?
That's 4 with Richarlison.
Yeah, Rob Belcher says Eze midfield or Saka. Yeah, he's only got 8 million, Rob. Eze's good. Eze's frustrating me. I've got Eze. I love Eze. He's been so unlucky not to get points. It's weird. Right, polls up, guys, if you want to vote on it. I know if you got any questions yourself, that's what we're here for. Last week, do you know what's weird with last week? Even though I didn't do well personally, I'm not even looking at my team thinking it's bad. It was just unfortunate. I mean, I got done over by a couple of players, like literally 1 or 2 players. Fernandes should have scored. Eze should have had a penalty. Then he would have took the penalty. It's right now, it's these real fine margins, but I'm actually quite happy with my team. And there's no panic at all with me.
So, right, but the next question is then, guys, right? Although you're going to give me you kindly picked a replacement for Madison, but what is it like? Very likely that it's going to start, Russell.
Madison.
I do like Madison.
I don't know. I personally don't think he'll start.
I don't neither.
Personally, because they're saying that he's only had 1 day's training, so without the boot on or whatever. So
Madison will be on the bench for the next game. I agree with that, Ian. Hope you're doing well, mate, and thank
you. Don't worry, guys. I'll take over from here. So let's have a look. Eze in midfield. Eze's top 3, most shots, XGA, with these features coming up. I love Eze. I absolutely love him. Oh, great. He's back.
Press wrong button.
Ours did a far better job.
I bet you what. So far, people are saying Matoma. But do you know something? Solly March, I was looking at this. Solly March has got the most points again out of Matoma and March.
Yeah, because like I said to you before the pre-season, everyone goes towards Matoma, but March, I don't know, just maybe the way he looks, the way he plays, he doesn't seem to really get picked up by many people, even though generally he does better. Yeah, don't get a bright. Kieran Bright midfielders good.
Almost 50%. Sterling's 25, Jota's 25, and Richarlison 0.
Kieran saying don't get a bright midfielder. Why not? The bright midfielders are good. I think bright midfielders. If you've got a good midfielder, even against good teams, I think they're worth keeping. I don't chase the fixtures like everyone else. I'm quite happy to have players play tough teams because they're still good.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
So am I, because if to pick them, I must have had faith in them to actually pick them. So, why change them for a fixture?
Yeah, I mean, look at Eze, for example. If he's playing Man City, I'll still have him because he takes all set pieces on penalties. So it's still a good chance you get a penalty or an assist out of him. Probably less your chance, but I still think it's a good chance.
Hiya, Lee. How are we doing, mate?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Have you got any problems with your team, Lee?
No.
No. See, Lee's fine. Lee's absolutely sorted. Lee's done. Trent is fit. I'd be selling Trent. To be honest, Liverpool defence is shocking.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was kind of expecting Trent to be further forward than he is, but he does actually seem like a fullback right now. So I'm glad. I was very tempted by him, but I'm glad I didn't go with him in the end.
I might make that move next week, Kieran. I might make that move next week. This week, I'm going to get this Madison sorted out. Oi, Kieran, man. Good evening, Ian. And Doggy is decent. He's a new side. Yeah, he's a good player. He seems to be all right, doesn't Douglas? To be honest, he does. He really does. It's just to have settled in well with the team as well. Cancel. Let's have a look what we're doing. Switch. And Doggy, switch back. There we go. Right. So far, I've got Doggy in my team right. How much have you got in the bank, Stu? 8 million. If I take out Madison, I will have transfers. If I take out Madison, I've got Bannon 8 million, Kieran. Bannon 8 million. Madison's replacements: Matoma, Sterling, Foden, and Bama.
Yeah, well, you've got those on your poll, so yeah.
Jota's leading way with 56% of votes so far.
Yeah, he's an odd one, Jota. I always feel like with Jota he's going to get dropped. It's just Liverpool and Man City players. I'm always a bit unsure. Well, not so much all Liverpool. It's just the front line. I'm always unsure about that front line. I never feel comfortable owning like anyone apart from Salah.
Your price label is at the bottom of your cup, £1.99.
Oh, what's that? This? You sure? Yeah, it's not that.
Hello, brother Lawrence. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. So, Russell, have you had a look at last week's TDT league?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. Yeah.
And I haven't had a lot of time to spend on it. But we've got a new leader, haven't we?
Yeah, 007 James Bond. Ooh, well done, James Bond. Yeah,
well, he's one of Mamani was saying he's in the top 2K or something.
He must have him Bomo. Oh, he's got March. Diego Jota. Martin has got him -1. He's got a few problems this week because he's got Madison and Martinez. But it's strange. I look at his team and I just go, it's all right. it's strange how the points are accumulated. It's literally like one or two players that are doing it for certain people. You know what I mean? I look at that team and go, I don't think it's any better than mine. I tell you who's really annoyed me. I think what's put me off in my team is Gabriel. He's been so frustrating. Gabriel for Arsenal. What's so annoying?
You went for wrong defender. You should have gone Saliba.
Yeah, I know, but Gabriel, he played 73 games in a row? I wasn't expecting him to be dropped. So what a nightmare he's been.
Hiya, Rob, mate. Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. Is he in midfield or Saka?
Yeah, you're way behind in the comments, mate. You're going to have to get rocking and rolling.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, guys, everybody. I will flash them up, and I will be reading them as I flash them up. As he's in the top, he's top 3 in most shots next year. With nice fixtures coming up, people selling him are crazy.
I think he's brilliant. Yeah, I was watching him against Arsenal. Fantastic player.
Transfers. So, right, how much is this here then? How much is this here actually? Does it cost? Let's have a look.
6.4.
Oh, it is
6.4.
6.4. Is that all it costs?
Mm-hmm.
There is talk of Man City being interested in him, but now they've signed that. Is it Doku or something? Someone from Belgium or the Belgian player. I'd be surprised if they went for Eze now. I think he's good enough to play for Man City personally.
See, like 1 point. If I brought Eze in, right, to my midfield for Madison, right, that'd leave me 1.6 million for next week to sort. So if I got done 1.6 to 5.5 for Joe Pedro for next week, that's 7 million for a striker. That'd be a decent second striker in, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, like you say, why? I mean, what time is it? I mean, you've got a whole 50 minutes still. So
yeah, time just flies in this house, mate. It just goes. It's quick.
Well, let me answer some of these questions as you're thinking.
Go on, then, mate.
How
far do you want me to come?
You outside?
How far down list do you need me to come?
Let's have a look at Lawrence's team. I'm intrigued by this. Edison, Cash, Trippier, brave. Estupin, Rashford, Martinelli, Bowen, Saka captain. You going Saka captain? Brave. Salah, Pedro, and Watkins. Dawson, Young, and Archer. Oh, Young from Everton, I presume. Archer's an interesting one. He should be a £4.5 million playing striker soon. So Lawrence is on the non-Haaland side. So actually, he probably did all right last week. Where's Lawrence in the league? Right. Oh, there you go. 105. There's hardly anything in it, is there? 105. Did better than me. Oh, no, he didn't. I got Odegaard. So, yeah. You don't chase the fixtures. That's why you lose. A lot of people do play it through the fixtures. Individual players are sometimes better and cheaper. Peacock White's of LUFC saying hi.
Hiya, Peacock White. So we're doing well, mate. Yeah, form for him over fixtures is for Kieran. I agree with that. Form's better than looking at the fixtures. The underrated players are sometimes better and cheaper. Good point. Kieran saying hi to you, Lee. Hi, Peacock White. So hope you're doing well, mate. Gary, hope you're doing well, Gary. Right, Stu, how many transfers have you made already this week? Don't be doing it. No. Kieran. I've got one transfer to make. And if this one transfer, I don't get no minus points. I won't be taking a -6 this time round.
Do you think Pedro will play?
No, but I don't know. Do I keep?
So who's your first bench if Pedro doesn't play?
It's Mbama, but he's not going to play neither. For
So it'll be Bayer from Burnley. That's who you're
Okay. Yeah.
At least you'll have some points coming off the bench. So, but your priority is to move Madison rather than Pedro.
Yeah, well, I think so. I think, yeah, because I've got more money in Madison. I've got a better range of players to pick from with Madison. I mean, at the moment, I've got Izzy there. I haven't clicked confirm at all.
He's not even in the poll. That's brilliant. You got
Yeah.
somebody saying you're looking at someone who he's not even in the poll. Typical. So that's all right. Lawrence has 1.8 in the bank. What's the countdown timer for? That is for the fantasy football, because the deadline for fantasy football is 6:30. So we have a timer on there to help people. I did a price label comment with live stream, hot poured. Jeremy Dokke, that's the one, yeah, Man City. Salah could be out the door for the weekend. I don't think he'll go. Pedro should start with Vincenzo out. Lallana not fit yet, and he's on pens. I don't know, but he could start, but it's a hard one. I think it's a bit more. I don't know. He could, he couldn't. Luke Shaw and Trent both messed me over this week. Yeah, there's been some nightmare picks. Trent is fit. Yeah, he should start. Why wouldn't Pedro play? Well, he got dropped for the last game, and Lallana could play in that position, but they do have a lot of other options in that position. But Pedro could play as well. I'm sure he'll get minutes. It just depends how many. I dropped Shaw and he's out for. He's out for a few weeks. Yeah, he's out. I think he's out longer than a few weeks. I think Shaw's out for quite a while. I think you're going to find that he's quite a long-term injury now. Matoma versus us. US sounds terrifying. What's US? Us. What's that?
Versus us.
Oh,
Charlie's a West Ham fan.
Oh, I thought it was like in a player or something. US. I think who's that? Yeah, Brighton, a good team. Yeah. Brighton, a very good team. But saying that, West Ham they've actually they have reinforced.
Oh heck! This is because I was talking too much. What have I done? Yeah, I still got my free transfer. I didn't confirm. Thank God for that. I dropped Stu. I dropped Shaw. He's out for a few weeks. That come out yesterday, didn't it? That broke yesterday, that Shaw went out.
I'll be honest with you, I'm looking at my team. I'm pretty happy. I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I'll tell you once it gets to 6:30, but it definitely sounds like I'm more the relaxed one in this one, Stu, and you're the one that's stressing. I don't know how everyone else is in there. Is everyone else happy with their team in the comments? Are you happy with yours, Lee? Is your team settled? Yeah. So you're all settled with your team?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So just me who's stressing.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty happy with mine. I'm looking at it now. See, that's the thing is, I was looking at my team last week. I didn't have a good week last week, but I still looked at my team and went, still a good team. You know, a goal or an assist here or there, it'd have been a lot better, but still think they're good players. You know, still pretty settled with it.
It's that Madison, it's that yellow flag what's causing me problems.
Yeah, but Lawrence, the team that you had last week could get loads of points this week. See, what a lot of what happens in fantasy football is you're always kind of looking at the other players who did well that week and going, oh, I want them. But then usually what happens is they don't do well the week after and your player who you got rid of does well. So a lot of it is not kind of being really reactionary, you know.
At least that is fit. I dropped Shaw and he's out for a few weeks. Thomas, yeah, I've read that one. Hiya, Charlie, mate. Hope you're doing well, mate. Stu, have you thought about going for Nico Jack? Yeah, for Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea man. Chelsea have got Luton tonight, and Russell.
Yeah, and that's another thing I was going to say. This week's really good. I think
reach out there as well. They're at home.
Yes, because Luton are still trying to get their stadium up to scratch. But the fixtures, if you actually look at a lot of the fixtures, in theory, if everyone's kind of got template teams, this should be quite a high scoring week. I mean, you expect Chelsea to do a lot of points against Luton. I'd expect Man United to get a lot against Forest. You've got Man City, Sheffield United. You should get a lot of points in those ones. There's even an argument Spurs at Bournemouth, even though I think Bournemouth aren't that bad. I think they'll do all right eventually. Brentford Palace, I think that could potentially have a lot of points. So there should be a lot of points this game week, I think.
Lee, what is your plan for this game week? What have you done with your team? Have you made a transfer, Lee, this week?
Yes, I did.
Right. Well, tell us who won your transfer.
Martin out on McTominay in.
Who went out?
James Martin.
So you don't think he's going to play then?
No.
And who you brought in?
Matoma.
See, he does it himself. Really, well, Yeah, make a few more transfers. Yeah, Lauren. Via my wicked way, I'd rip it up and start again, but I can't. I was happy with my team last week, but none of the players strong. Sorry, Russell. West Ham, Brighton destroy us consistently. Haven't beaten them in 12. Lost the last 3 games to them 9-1 on aggregate.
I mean, as a Leeds fan, I do look at Brighton and think I really hope we become like them. I'm kind of jealous how they run as a club. It's just unbelievable, really.
Lawrence agrees with you. Saka should have taken that penalty last week.
No, I'm glad he didn't, because Odegaard was a differential for me. I was so happy when Odegaard stepped up. I was like, "Oh my god, Odegaard's and penalties!" But then I thought, "What if he misses?" And I was like, "This is amazing." So I'm glad Saka didn't do it, and I really hope Odegaard's on penalties because he will get a price rise, and it will mess up a lot of people because they will think Saka was on it. So I was so happy Odegaard took it, and then he scored it because he actually ended up being the player for me, which really helped me in the last, literally saved my game week, even though it was still a poor game week, but helped me a hell of a lot. So yeah, no, we don't want. So I want Odegaard on penalties still. I'm loving it with Odegaard.
I've got Odegaard. I ain't got Saka.
Oh, you haven't got Saka? Well, that's probably not a bad thing right now because Odegaard could be on penalties. We'll find out if there's a penalty tomorrow. It'd be interesting to see who takes it for Arsenal.
And they've put his price up, hasn't it, to 8.6 now. Saka. It's gone up 0.1, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think he's going to rise again. So, but for Saka to hand it over, I think Odegaard will take a few penalties this season. So, happy days. Yeah, a lot of work. I like Odegaard. Everyone was going Martinelli, but I think he's got the minutes and he's brilliant. He's on a few set pieces. Could be on penalties, but even from open plays, he always chips in with assists and goal. Such a good player to watch. Very elegant. Very, very good player. I'm keeping him. He's in my team. Odegaard's going nowhere.
Kieran's completely relaxed, waiting until 6:15 to make my planned transfer season. Is 38 games, not 2. You'll never catch me point chasing, not deviating from my original plan. The problem is, Kieran, I didn't have an original plan.
Isn't Kieran? Kieran's like, I thought he was the main man. He's had a poor start from what I can see. Let's have a look at Kieran. Is he below me? Where is he? Oh my God, Kieran, you're in 18th. What's going on here? Let's look at your team. Oh, you had Mudryk. I like the fact you went for him. Is he injured? Is Mudryk injured? Oh, he is injured. Wow, I didn't realise he's out. Jesus Christ, Kieran. Yeah, you got to sort out Gabriel and Mudryk. That'll be his moves. Yeah, his 2 transfers. Did he make a transfer last week? Let's check. No.
Charlie says Chukwuemeka did really well against us last week. We couldn't handle him at all. Similar position and style to Matoma, and we haven't really strengthened at right back yet.
Jeez, Kieran, you had a mare last week. Salah got you 10 points. That was your captain. Everyone else, Stupian, but geez, that's a harsh looking. Pedro, yeah, you got Gabriel, Mudryk, and Pedro. He could be playing games with you. And you got Salah, so interesting.
Charlie, you're making some good signings. I'm already watching one of your new signings. Unfortunately, he's not match fit yet, but I'm watching him.
Come on,
And I
come
think
on now,
it could be
Kieran.
brilliant.
There's no be like, I'm sure you'll get good, but after your big build up, I was expecting Kieran to be top of the table by now.
It's only game week 3, Russell. It's only game week 3. There's still 35 to go yet.
I know, mate. I'm a 15-year campaigner, mate. I know the score. You have to tell me, mate. I'm a veteran.
No, you're our expert summariser. Although do not make any decisions based on what I say. I feel guilty when it went wrong. Do you, Charlie? All help I can get, mate. And you watch a lot of you would do every single West Ham watch along. So you've watched a lot of opponents in your time. I tell you. So brother Lawrence. Lee, I can't watch Premier League. Lee can't watch Premier League. He needs to babysit. That's Ryan and Silla's job at the moment. Lawrence, Chloe had a C-section, so we're going to. I look stressed, Charlie, because I just haven't. Everything I did a week ago, I haven't been able to do this week, and it's mad. It's absolute madness. I've got to get back into a routine again. I've got to get back in a routine.
Are you all about real life or fantasy now? I can't figure out what you're on about.
All of it, everything. Fantasy.
Well, I think right now you can relax in the fantasy because the people you were kind of worried about, Alexander starts. There's a good chance Pedro and Madison could start, so I wouldn't be too hectic on them. So
I'm still wanting to change Madison though to get me points, because just in case Joe Pedro doesn't start. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Right, we've got 35 minutes left. You see, I haven't even looked.
Well, on the poll, Stu, the two players.
Right, the poll says 38% Matoma, 38% Jota.
So that's what the poll's telling you. So that's, I don't think you're going to get many more votes. So people are thinking.
Right. Well, thank you very much. I know what I'm doing. I'm going Matoma. I'm going to go Matoma. I'm taking out Madison and I'm putting Matoma in, and I'm locking it in. I'm getting it locked, as Charlie says. Getting it locked in. That's what I'm doing. That's what Charlie does. Lee knows what I'm talking about.
Fair enough. So there you go.
Midfielders, here we go. Brighton. Right, I've done it. I've gone Mitoma. Oh, hang on. I've got to. Oh, bloody hell. Let me do some. Right, back. Right, let me get this right. Madison, remove player. Oh, sugar, what am I doing? X. Right, player list. There we go. Brighton. Mitoma. And player. So, yep, getting that bad boy locked in. Here we go. Make transfer. Confirm transfer. Done. That's locked in now. That's it. Done and dusted.
So you said with your team, yeah?
Yep, it's done. It's sorted.
There you go. That's one less stress then.
Well, I say it's sorted. I've got one more little problem with it. Do you start Alexander-Arnold or do you start Undogly?
Spurs Bournemouth. Oh, that is a tough one actually, because Liverpool do have a tough game. But I do have a weak spot for Alexander-Arnold. I really do. I know he hasn't started well, but he's still Alexander-Arnold. He's always got points in him. But I would say Spurs' fixture is a bit easier. But
yeah, I was thinking we've done it right. My team is sorted. Sorry about that. Half an hour spent on Stuart's team. Let's get back to why we're here. Right, Russell. Are you all? So you're all set. You know what you're doing.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you R6. But Eltel Cockerell. Eltel. That's funny. Madison is playing tomorrow. He's very confident Madison is playing. So
he's a good friend of ours. Is Eltel.
So there you go. Have you just got rid of a player who's playing?
Possibly. But I wanted to make sure that I got it all right. I wanted to make sure. And how are you doing, Eltel? Hope you're doing well, mate. Big up the Leeds Army. Some West Ham fans tonight, LTL, Charlie Boy, a top lad.
They fight it.
Really good friend of the channel. He does he does a lot of videos on Amish Chat on YouTube channel. If you're looking for a good lad, watch West Ham watch alongs. He does all watch alongs. I think there's missed 2. Is it 2 or 3 in about 4 years? It's missed, but we've been ill and been away and stuff. So yeah, check out Amish Chat, and also brother Lawrence Watkins is a West Ham fan. So yeah, we've got West Ham, Leeds, and Spurs fans in, which is brilliant to see. Really, really good to see. Right, get through some of these comments. Saka handed it to him. Would assume it's just a one-off. We'll see. I guess that's about the penalty. Charlie
I don't think it is.
FPL.
I think Odegaard could be sniffing around penalties now. I think Odegaard could be having more. Saka might take the next one, but Odegaard's definitely in the conversation now.
Don't you think it also takes a bit of pressure off Saka though?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, so
yeah, if Odegaard's on the penalties,
and it has spooked people who don't have Odegaard, which I'm enjoying.
I need my Saka to do the penalties. Listen, I respect it, Lawrence. It's serious business. It's serious now that I'm back. Now that my head's back in game. Now that my head's back on FPL, it's serious. It's serious for me now. It is. Stu likes making transfers like you, baby. Yeah. I bet there ain't much difference between how many baby bells Charlie eats on a watch along to how many transfers I make throughout the week. Honestly. And when I'm allowed to use the wild card in score time, I must make about 4 different teams up, Russell. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get rid of Rice and got rid of Rice and added Mitoma.
Now that's a good move. Now Watch Along Leeds. Watch Along Leeds plays fantasy football, does he?
Yes, he does. He's in our team, Gary Logan.
Yeah, now that's a good move because saying that Rice could have had an assist when he put the key Eddie Nketiah through, and some reason he kind of chipped the keeper, but it just went over. But you always want attacking players, so Mitoma's a far better upgrade than Rice.
You see, I haven't got Rice in my team, have I? No, I haven't.
Nah, you wouldn't really. I wouldn't really want Rice. You wouldn't really want Rice in your fantasy football team.
I like him. I like Rice. As he breaks the game up well, he can set the ball, he can carry ball forward well. He's got a burst of pace on him, but like he says, he don't get forward enough for.
No, he won't. He wouldn't get you that many points in the sense of fantasy football, really. Well, Kieran was telling us he was the main man, so what can I say?
Mudryk Mbamo was a 21-point swing, just variance.
I like the fact he went Mudryk. I'm convinced. I mean, Mudryk's had another nightmare start, but I am convinced Mudryk is going to become really good. I am just in my bones convinced that at some point he'll be a brilliant asset.
Well, he's got 8 years to actually make it.
Yeah, exactly. Got plenty of time. Yeah, I didn't realize he had an injury until I checked Kieran's team. So, yeah, been a bit unfortunate to him, but I don't know. I do like him as a player. I think there is a really good player in there.
A player to look out for is I'm going to find him now. It's a West Ham player. Honestly, add this player to your watch list. He is called Mavropanos. West Ham. He's a defender, but he was a striker in his younger days, and the goals he can score is unbelievable. It's 4.5 million, and trust me, he will score goals.
Who's that? The midfielder or the defender side?
He's a defender.
Right. Okay.
4.5 million. James Ward-Prowse's set pieces, corners. He comes up from corners. He can beautiful header of a ball. Really good header of a ball. For 4.5 mil, he's going to score. He's going to get goals.
Is Ward-Prowse going to be on penalties for West Ham?
Well, he's on set pieces and corners and everything.
Yeah, because I think for West Ham, he could get a lot. But he could be quite a good pick for you, actually, that one. Because let's be honest, he's amazing at set pieces. But is he on penalties? Will he be on penalties for West Ham? That's what I'll be intrigued by.
Fingers crossed, Lawrence, you do get big points this week. Big up LTEL. Stu, make that additional transfer -4. Yeah, I've done every week last season playing FPL. I bet I took a -4 at least every week. Sometimes I went -8 and 12. So yeah, lock it in, Stu. There you go. Get that bad boy locked in. Charlie boy, Charlie CW's C-Dub's in chat. He still Mally still don't get why you call C-Dub, Charlie. You don't get it at all. Boom goes Stu. Madison playing tomorrow. I hope so, LTL, because I think Tottenham look exciting this season under Big Ange. To look really exciting. To look, I've been impressed with them. I've always liked Big Ange, though. I've always said that he'll bring fans on side and stuff, and everywhere he's gone, he's won trophies. He's achieved. He's an achiever. He's Big Ange. I think he's going to do well for Tottenham. Should I sit Cash? Oh, hang on. Should I sit Cash or Trippier for Dawson? Should I switch? What's that? Did you mean switch Cash or Trippier for Dawson?
Dawson
That's a
for
question.
West Ham. Yeah, I wouldn't be getting Dawson for West Ham. I think Cash out of all those
He's not West Ham now, is he?
Who's
Wolves?
That's even worse. No, I think probably Cash out of all that because Cash has got Burnley.
How's Shipping doing this season? Because I had him all last season, but for some reason I didn't bring him in this season.
Well, he's not. I guess a lot of people are off because the fixtures are hard. But Trippier is on set pieces, so as a fantasy asset, there's always a chance that even tough games, Trippier could get you points. Right, but you'll probably find that he gets popular in a couple of weeks.
Because I had him all last season from game week 1 and
I was very late to that party. Yeah, I messed up on that one. It took me ages to get him in.
Put links in and I'll subscribe to help others out. I will do that for you now. I will do that now for you, LTEL. We go down the list. Right, and I mean, where am I? That's what I want. I want Anna's chat, don't I? Anna's chat. So honestly, it's a really good channel. It's one of the. I think it's one of the better West Ham channels personally, and I'm not just saying that because Charlie's in house. I do think it's one of the better West Ham channels out there. That's Anna's chat for you at LTEL, and Gary's channel is one Leeds where you see me do watch-alongs on his channel. I've sort of like bullied my way into his channel. Let's see. But I do watch-alongs with Gary on his channel. All Leeds United game watch-alongs on his channel.
I bet they've been fun.
Actually, do you know something? I think what we like about that channel is we also discuss all things Leeds as well when it goes on, But we have made some good signings. Russell, you can't say that we haven't made signings this week. We've made one, and
we've made one. Yeah,
but it's a good signing to bring in.
Oh no. Yeah, well, we won't go into Leeds right now, but yeah, I'm happy with it. But I still keep thinking of Max Aarons. If we'd got him as well, I'd be like, oh. But yeah, at least we know things are happening now. So, but we won't go into that right now. It's fantasy time. So
yeah, but definitely things are happening. So things are looking up. I'm just trying to find Gary's channel. Where are you, Gary? You should be at the top of my list. There you are, Gary. And this is Gary's channel. I'll tell you, this is the one I go on quite a bit as well. I'm actually on camera with him. There we go. Right. Sorry about that. Back to square. Bring back Sabutio. It was far easier. I used to love Sabutio. It was brilliant, Sabutio. I'm doing well in FPL. FPL. Right. He wants to go to the league. What we've done, LTL, is at the end of this last season when people joined halfway through, it messed up all the point system. And what happened was we said this season that as soon as the deadline ended on game week 1, we'd shut the league down. And it's not being rude to anybody. It isn't honest. I promise you, it's not. It's just that it gives everyone in that league started from game week 1. You know what I mean? How would you say it, Russell?
In simple terms, we found last season that when someone joined the league at any point during it, it kind of reset all the points, and we all had to kind of start from scratch. It wasn't a real true reflection of what everyone's points were. So in simple terms, if you weren't in the league by the deadline of the first week, we kind of like no one can really join the league again, because we tried that last time, and then someone came in and then it all messed up all the points. So it's kind of frustrating when people want to come in after, innit? Because we were looking for people to join beforehand. So yeah, basically in simple terms, you can't really join the league until next season, though.
Well, tell us. Can you find out LTL's what if you tell us what your what you call it is your FPL channel, you know, your name of your FPL team, I'll be able to find it and have a look at it. I can do that, can't I? Woodrick is injured. Well, Kieran Howland did nothing last week. No, I know, and that's the problem. Amani told me about Howland being a myth.
But El Tel Cockerel, I really like that name. We always do kind of deadline streams like this, and we do one show when we talk about kind of how everything's been going in the league and just general fantasy talk. So if you're ever around for deadlines, you're always welcome to pop in and, you know, ask questions or give us advice, even vice versa. So
Ben's will probably be Ben Rama, then Paqueta, then James Ward-Prowse.
Oh, that's a shame. If Joe Ward-Prowse then becomes on penalties, if he's got all set pieces and penalties, he's like another Eze. You know, I'd be interested to see if West Ham get a penalty if he's on him, because I got to admit, he didn't really do much in that game, but 2 assists, can't complain. Fantasy points, brilliant.
Copy. I Chris, hope you're doing well. I'll tell you, I think you know this gentleman, but just in case you don't, this is Chris from Meta Football. He's a Spurs fan. Lovely bloke, really polite. And I know some of us have got to subscribe to him. Hey, cheers, our lovely Amani. Speaking about you, just speaking about you, my lovely. Yeah, you're telling us Ireland's a myth.
Surprised she hasn't put a team up yet.
Amani, Mavropanos looks great. Strong defender who can also attack. We'll get joy from James Ward-Prowse corners. One problem is I don't know how much he's actually. I don't know how much he'll actually start. Potentially when Europa League happens. So watch this space then, Charlie. In it really, because we don't know when he's going to actually. He's not injured. He's just not match fit.
Ward-Prowse is a fantasy football asset. It's always quite frustrating. Maybe in West Ham he'll become more of an option going forward.
Well, that's why I've got him in my team.
What is he? 6 million, is he, Ward-Prowse?
I believe so. Yeah, yeah.
I might put him on the watch list.
Yeah, trust me, he'll get assists at West Ham, especially from corners.
Yeah, I'll put him on the watch list because he could be. You know, if he gets constant minutes. Could be an option.
Oh yeah, he'll play every game. He'll play every game. Look, another one joining. How are we doing, Liam?
I'm all right.
Oh, hello, Liam. How you doing?
Could be better, could be worse.
Oh, fair enough. How you doing in fantasy football?
Awful.
Awful.
The second week hit me hard.
So, what are you thinking for this week?
I've made a bunch of transfers.
Wow. Have you done a stew and gone into the old minuses?
No, I have Luke Shaw on a team. Obviously, he's out. I was thinking of taking Trent out, but I've kept Trent in. But with the Luke Shaw money, what I gave up, I've bought a new midfielder.
Okay, fair enough.
And I got a new goalkeeper as well.
Ooh, someone's been shopping.
Are you going to tell us your goalkeeper, or are you going to wait until 6:30?
Goalkeeper, it's a bit, I haven't picked him for this week. I picked him for like weeks ahead. And that's Nick Pope from Newcastle.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you are thinking ahead with that one.
And I have gone with Toma in midfield.
Wow, everyone's going with Toma. He's going to have another price rise soon.
Didn't he go up 0.1 million? He went up to 6.6, didn't he? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Saka's gone up to 0.1 million and all, Liam.
Oh, buzzing. I've made some money there. But that's about it, really. Obviously, with Trent being injured and I play 3 at the back, it's kind of... I've already got the replacement for Trent now, which I don't mind. Using my sub-bench.
Oh, well, that's some interesting. Gary Ticker, that's a nice message. Yeah, Gabriel's been a nightmare, Gary. Absolute nightmare.
I've gone with Saliba.
Yeah, I mean, I started with him. I was convinced he was going to play it last week. I said, I'm keeping him after game week 1. He'll play next week, and he still didn't play. And I was like, what is going on with Gabriel?
I kind of... It's weird, isn't it? Is it like just a typical like first few games back? It's getting back to the intensity of the Premier League, or
no? I actually was watching Arsenal and their defense, how they kind of played. You can see probably why he doesn't get in, because they kind of end up becoming like 3 at the back.
Yeah, a bit like Man City, where they go like 3 at the back with the wing backs like more like wingers.
Well, Partey becomes like a midfielder, and obviously Gabriel's not a midfielder. So it seems to be a new fashion in all these teams where they're all playing this system where a defender turns into a midfielder when they're attacking. So I don't know if it's like the new in vogue tactic.
Well, that's a big spider.
Yeah. What do you say? A big spider?
Yeah. Got 2 spiders in my room, and they're right next to each other. But I don't know. This week, I kind of feel like it's an easier week for the big teams. So I expect like a high game week.
Yeah. That's why I said earlier. I think there's going to be a lot of points this week. If everything goes to how you think it will, there should be a lot of points. But like I say, for me personally, well, I think a lot of people notice this. It's like the odd 1 or 2 player that's really doing well, like what Mbomo. And you've got Marsh or you've got Matoma. If you don't own these players, they're really hurting you right now.
Shall I tell you a player who I kind of regret bringing in, but I understand why I did it. It's Rashford. For me, Rashford is getting questionable. I know it's only the second weekend.
I think they'll come good.
I think he'll become good, but the past 2 weeks he's not exactly giving me the full confidence of 9 million.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that Spurs Man United game, and Man United should have got something. I mean, Hal Fernandez got no points out of that. You could even argue Rashford should have got something from that. So, if you'd got some points, you'd be totally different conversation. To me, Fernandez should have at least got a goal or assist in that game. But he didn't. He got 1 point, but still a great option. I'm just going to let the cat out while you guys talk.
No, that's fine. I expect everyone to have at least 3 Man City players and 3 Arsenal players in this week. If you don't have a team full of Arsenal Man City players, because Arsenal have got Fulham, which, I mean, to be honest, Arsenal Fulham could be closer than we think, but Arsenal are in good form. Man City have got Sheffield United. Sheffield United, they haven't been that busy in the window, have they, really?
No.
So
Not really.
They're coming. It's a championship team. Look about
What
a championship.
about that Coventry player who signed at home?
I mean,
he did really well for Coventry last season, Liam.
The problem
Leeds
is that
with him, but he were never going to come to Leeds.
I know this sounds bad, but it's just the intensity of the Premier League compared to the Championship. I think the Championship's more physical, but when it comes
I disagree. I think it's Championship's more physical.
Yeah, Championship's more physical, but the intensity, but the intensity of the Premier League versus the Championship is
Yeah, you've got to be switched on for 90 minutes each.
Yeah, that's
any
what I
mistake
mean.
in the Premier League, you're punished, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, like, when people say, "Oh, we bought this player from the Championship," it's all right saying he could have had an amazing season in the Championship, but the intensity levels between the Championship and Premier League are completely different.
Yeah, they are. No, you're right.
I can't really rate a player saying, "Oh, he's going to do really well." It's like, for example, when Man United bought Dan James was on fire that season. He was like the number one target in the Championship.
Don't say how bad about Dan James, and I'll mute your microphone.
No. What I'm saying is that a lot of these players who do come from a Championship do get a lot of hype around them.
Yeah, it's never a £25 million player.
No, that's what I mean. It's all right generating the hype, but it all depends how they can hold that hype.
So, El Cockroach team, Edison, Saliba and White, so he's got double Arsenal defence. That's interesting. Saka, Diaz. Diaz has done really well. I wasn't expecting Diaz to get this many minutes, Torres. Foden, he's a hot topic, so he's going with Maddison, so he thinks he'll start. Matoma, Haaland and Ferguson. Now, the reason he got Ferguson, because Ferguson's guaranteed to start, because the manager's come out in their press conference and said Ferguson is starting for Brighton.
Oh, no, not yet. Oh, not Yao Pedro.
You're hot?
Yao Pedro. I thought I would have started Yao Pedro.
Yeah, but Yao Pedro usually plays behind him, doesn't he?
Yeah, but...
So he's still got a chance.
He's still got a chance, but that's just me being biased, to be fair, because I got Yao Pedro too. So that's just me.
I think that's the danger you've got with anyone in Europe and maybe Brighton is you might always get rotation. That's why I shied away from Pedro. I was looking at him like everyone else, but then I was like, no, I think he'll get rotated.
I'm going to sort El Pedro out next week. I'm going to have a really good look at my team between now and next deadline on a night time. Spend at least half an hour. Basically, I'm doing this coming week what I should have been doing the previous weeks leading up to it.
What I'm doing
I will get it sorted.
I'm going to see how
right. Matoma, no, listen, Matoma, Chris, you're more than welcome, my lovely. You're more than welcome, good man. I don't recommend channels willy nilly. I only recommend channels that are worth watching. Honestly.
So he doesn't recommend this one.
Well, no, I never plug my own channel. Never.
Yeah, because it's not worth watching, Stu.
Not with me on it. No, me and you. It is with me, man, on it, Lee. But me, forget about it. I make too many mistakes, Russell. I make too many mistakes, mate. Lee's with the main man below me. Hey, Jimin Va Gary Tinkle.
And that means good evening, I believe, in Swedish.
Yeah, because he's the player who he's leading our Gary Tinkle's leading our TDT league, and he's the Swedish player who Romani knows.
I thought that was someone else. Well, let's have a look. Is he? Is Joshua? Is that his name? Joshua Amawer Osen? J007.
Is that the one who's leading league?
That's the one who's leading our league.
Right. Wally, have you changed your team around? Done any transfers?
I have a question for Kieran. I got obviously, Kieran, you've been a fantasy player now for you. Would you say this has been the most annoying start to a fantasy league? Because I found this very annoying. I think this is a lot more frustrating than it was last season. Like the first couple of weeks.
Take care, Charlie.
See you later. Bye.
What about you, Russell? Do you think it's been
for the first time that I'm not in last?
I wouldn't say it's been a frustrating start. Because fantasy can change quite quick. I think what's frustrating is a couple of players who I thought would start not starting, and some players, obviously, who I don't know, do really well, like Mbomos and Matomas. But it's fantasy football for you. Like I said, the same team you could have last week who didn't do well could do really well this week. So it goes in roundabouts, really. as long as your picks are solid and you kind of don't really panic, you'll always kind of be there or thereabouts, I find.
Pedro will play as a 10 with NCO out, Liam. Don't panic.
Oh, yeah, no, NC sold out. I know. Hallelujah.
Riley's
Hello,
2023. Hope you're doing well.
Hello, you okay?
Yeah, let me know, Peacock Whites of LUFC when you're doing your first live, and I'll definitely be all over it. Have I actually subscribed to your channel? I know I'm sure I have. I'll have to have a look. Am I on it? I let the computer pick the team. Wow. It's recommended tickets to me, so I came and subbed a couple of weeks ago. I remember you, Eltel. I remember you telling me. I really do, and I remember you being on Chris's channel. Hi, everyone in the chat. Just a quick hello about to have my tea. I'll be watching from now. Hopefully, I'll get back into the chat in a few minutes later, Jason. Mate, hope you're doing well.
Does Jason do fantasy football as well?
Oh, we got a question about fantasy from
Mr.
Rob.
Where?
The latest one.
All right. Yes. In simple terms, Rob, you can make one transfer a week. So Stu, for example, had one transfer this week. He's made that transfer. If he made another transfer, he would then get -4 points, get taken off your total. If you go another transfer this week, let's say Stu did another transfer, he would end up on -8. So yeah, -4 every time you go over your one. But additionally, you can also build up your transfers. So let's say you didn't use a transfer this week. Next week you'd have two transfers to use, but you can only ever build it up to 2. So don't think, oh, if I build it up for the next one, you'll get 3 free transfers. You won't. The maximum transfers you can get without being punished is 2 transfers.
Fair enough. Gary SE is in mid-table at the moment. To be honest, no, just as hectic as most seasons.
Right, guys, you've got 27 minutes to get your teams in place. 7 minutes.
Yeah, 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
But I think it's crashed, to be fair. I haven't been on it, but I'm guessing it's already crashed.
What? You're saying it's crashed?
No, I'm thinking it's crashed because it always crashes in like the last 10 minutes.
Well, I don't think this week there's going to be anything too drastic in the sense of. I don't think there's the players that have got injuries or are unsure whether starting. I think it'll be smooth this week. I think you'll find that you can probably get on. But you've all made your moves, haven't you? I mean, those guys on the screen. Yeah. Lee, you've done yours. Stu, you've done yours. Liam, you've done yours.
Yeah, I did mine yesterday.
Yeah, okay. So so everyone here. So maybe everyone in the comments is kind of settled as well right now. Well, saying that, Kieran said he was going to start in at 6:15, so he's still got to sort out Gabriel Mudryk and maybe Pedro, but he seems confident Pedro will start. So
Mudryk, I don't know what to think about it. Like fantasy-wise, he's a good value. I'm not saying he isn't. But
yeah,
he's not exactly.
He doesn't start. I'm really surprised.
It's weird.
I really do think there's a player in there. I'm convinced Mudryk will be amazing. You can just tell by how someone looks straight away. He's good. He's good.
Well, I am not feeling well, but my parents are both looking after me well. Hope you get well soon, Leeds 2023, mate. Hope you get well soon.
Hey, do you know who we've got had in the comments? We've got had what's the guy who's at the wedding in India? What was it?
Avinda.
Avinda, yeah. Okay, it's crazy to think Avinda's not been in there today.
Rob Belcher, yeah, it's usually one free transfer, but sometimes after an international break, you get true transfer windows. Any more than that will be -4. Peacock Whites of LUFC give us a heads up in advance, 3 p.m. UK time onwards, best for me, and I'll help you get started, Robbo. Per player. You get 1 per week, but can roll to a maximum of 2, and an additional will cost you -4 points. Happy days. Thank you, guys. I go on Chris's channel, and he comes on mine as we are doing a journey together. That's brilliant, Eltel. That's really, really good to hear, mate. Really, really good. Brother Lawrence is locked in.
Good.
Leeds considering withdrawing Paintsel offer after Genk up their valuation.
Well, we can talk about that later, I guess.
Me too, Larry. Captained in a wild one in captained a wild one in Jackson. Yeah, I think the Chelsea players. You'll see a fair few Chelsea players in teams this week because of having Luton at home.
I think I've got one. I've got one Chelsea in.
Mudryk will not be in the squad tonight.
No, but I do think he's a very good player. I know he's injured now until September, but I am convinced he is good. I
feel sorry for those who put Nkunku in, and he got the injury in pre-season.
Yeah, well, the good news with that is you had time to rectify it because it was.
Oh yeah,
Quick one from Kieran. Gabriel, Guardiol or Mudryk, Eze flipping a coin to toss whether to start Pedro or Undogly.
So Kieran's right now. Kieran's probably finicking around. He's listening.
I'd say Pedro. I would also say Pedro.
Yeah, well,
for me personally, I'll say Pedro because he's more attacking.
Is that Spurs?
Yeah.
Pedro? Yeah, I do like it actually.
Well, both of them are Spurs, aren't they? Udogie and Pedro are both Spurs.
It's interesting he's going to Eze. I think Eze is brilliant. He's such a good player.
So thanks for the info. I didn't know about Luke Shaw injury. So after using my one transfer to transfer Shaw out, I'd lose 4 points.
Yeah, if you do another transfer, yeah.
Off to bed. Catch you all in tomorrow. Good night. Good night, brother Gary. It's late in Indonesia, isn't it?
Going to bed early.
It's in Indonesia.
Oh, okay
then. Cheers, Peacock White Seville UFC. So look, I've got 18 seconds. I've got 18 seconds on my clock. It'll probably give you about a minute to right. Has everyone settled for the captain? That's something we never
asked. Sheffield United, Haaland.
I've got Haaland as captain. Lee?
Yeah.
Good.
What?
Captain?
Oh, I'm captain. Haaland.
Good man.
What about you, Russell?
I wouldn't be surprised if Lee said something like, "Oh yeah, I've got." I don't know. He'll probably pick some random player, whoever's got like a 6.5 midfielder.
Nick Pope or someone who gets like.
Yeah, I was expecting to say something completely out off the cuff. Yeah, you'll see at 6:30 there, Liam. Don't calm down. You'll
see it at 6:30.
Don't worry.
I love the team name, by the way. Choose Kane captain. Yeah, everyone's going to choose Kane captain now.
Well, that's more for the other league I'm in because I won that because of Harry Kane. Because I made the captain last game. Not so much for this one, but the other one, he came through for me. So,
according to my laptop, it's 29 minutes past.
Yeah, you're going to be deadline now. Is almost past basically. So your team is all but locked. Everybody.
Amani's put a team in.
Right, let's go. Let's look at Amani's team. Sanchez, Saliba, Estepurian, Chilwell, Salah, Saka, Fernandez, Madison. You kept Madison in. I thought he might be out injured. But apparently I've been reliably informed by Eltel that he's going to be playing. Isaac, Watkins, Jackson. Jackson's a really good pick for tonight. Really smart pick.
Deadline's passed. Deadline is passed.
Bench, Flecken, Undongi, Elanga and Trippier.
Oh, gosh, you've got a lot of money on the bench.
That's crazy, that though, isn't it, Armani? Like you've got Trippier on bench.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard though because like Liverpool are playing the best of football. I mean, I say they're not playing the best of football.
No, Trippier's at Newcastle, isn't he?
Yeah, no, but Liverpool have got Newcastle. That's what I'm saying. So Trippier could have a good game against out of form Liverpool.
I mean, Harmony really does go against Haaland, doesn't she? She's so brave.
To be honest, Isaac and Watkins up top, they could easily match
Manny in league? Honestly, I had time to look. Where's the Manny in league? Where was she? Where did that say in league, Manny?
I think she's 7th. Yeah.
So she's 7th, and she hasn't got Haaland in the team.
No, Armani's 8th.
8th. Gary is 7th.
She hasn't got Haaland in the team.
I mean, last week it worked, didn't it? Because he only got 2 points, but very dangerous to go against Haaland.
Don't even know who I started. Don't know what I saved.
How do you not know, Kieran? You must have been concentrating. Jeez Louise. So go on,
That's
Stu.
something I do, Kieran. It's something I do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, though, Kieran. Either one of them, like, Udogi's looking promising for Spurs. He seems to be enjoying his football. And Pedro Porro, again, he's out of this world as an attacking fullback.
So let's go for our teams on the screen, shall we? Who's got
Go for
what?
it. Right. Right. So, Liam, can you flash your team up on screen, or do you need to send it to me?
No, I'll need to send it to you. Oh, no, I can't do it right now. It says the game is updating and will be available soon.
Can you remember your team?
Yeah, I had Pope in net. Is it Colwell, the Chelsea centre back? Who did the
Okay, 4.5.
Estepinian and Saliba. Is it Saliba? Yeah, Saliba. Midfield: Foden, Saka, Martinelli, Matoma, and Rashford. And strike for Shaw, Pedro, and Haaland.
Okay.
Well, I'll go through mine because mine's actually on screen. Anana in net, back three of Estepurian, Undogli, Saliba, midfield of Rashford, Fernandez, and Matoma, Odegaard, Ward-Prowse, up top, Haaland, Joe Pedro.
Okay. Oh,
Have you got
quickly
your
to answer
team
your
on screen, Lee?
question. There's a really quick question. Wait, Lee. Opinions on Gerard Braithwaite from Everton for 4 million. I think he will become an option soon because Everton is so bad in defence. I mean, how Keane gets in that defence, he's awful. So he could be an option soon. But whether you'd want him for Everton's a different story. You know, Everton are pretty poor.
Especially with conceding 4 goals a game. It won't look good on the fantasy point-wise.
Yeah, he's the Dutch guy. He had a really good line, I think, at PSV. So, I mean, he can't be any worse than Michael Keane.
But what's happened to Michael Keane? Because he was in England. He played for England.
I thought he's always been bad. Always been bad. Personally.
Yeah, I think he had a breakthrough season when Ancelotti were there. When Everton did really well, just outside of Europe. When they finished that season just outside. But when Ancelotti left, he just changed massively.
Mm. Yeah, so keep an eye on him. That's the simple term for Braithwaite, but he still needs to get minutes, doesn't he? Lee, what's your team?
I can't check it.
Oh, can you remember?
No.
Kieran's put his team in.
Yeah, go on then, Kieran. Let's look at yours then. Oh, so you went quite a bit. How do you know this is your team, though, Kieran? Because you say you weren't sure if it's saved.
Oh, but it says, but don't know Pedro or Diego, but don't know which one's saved. So it's either
okay.
Pedro or Diego.
Pickford, Guardiola, Esteburian, Chilwell, Salah, Saka, Rashford. Eze's a good pick. I should have stuck with him. Haaland, Jackson, and then one of Pedro or Undogli, but don't know which one he saved.
Oh, so he either went 3-5-2 or 4-4-2, I presume. Is that right, I'm thinking?
Because I believe Odogi is a midfielder.
No, Udogi's a defender, isn't he? Spurs.
Says
so it's gone 4-4-2.
it's
It's gone 4-4-2.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Man, we're calling him Kieran a Blanca. Ireland captain, of course. Liam, you were not even born when Everton played well. I've got this age. I used to didn't mind Everton, but I've got this. I don't know why, but I've got this not hatred, but I really hope Everton get relegated this season.
Because of Frank Lampard.
Yeah, it's the Lampard thing, and then they're signing our players. So.
And then just escaping last season.
And
they always seem to escape. They just have their way of getting out of it.
They always lowball for transfers as well. Like they don't pay for the actual value. They always lowball.
Well, they did lowball Leeds for Ndonto. Not yet, anyway.
True. Well, no, not yet.
He won't go anywhere. He'll be at Leeds, I think. I think they'll stick with him. Do you get some prizes at the end of the season? Yes, the winner gets a trophy and the runner-up gets a trophy, Jason. Of course I do prizes.
And bragging rights.
But more importantly, Jason, you get bragging rights. That's why everyone hopes that Russell will win, because can you imagine Russell coming on every show doing with his bragging rights?
I'll tell you something though, it feels refreshing how Russell was giving it all, saying that it's a so-called, we gave it to so-called fatty expert, and he couldn't get the first trophy of the season. And look at that wall, that wall behind him is still naked as ever.
Yeah, it was annoying, but I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out this season. This is a lot, I'm hoping to be in the mix.
Lee got a trophy though, didn't you, Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't see it. Where is it? Should be on show.
He still hasn't had his room decorated. We're gonna get on with it in a couple of weeks for him, definitely. Amani, maybe they were saving the best until last. Bragging rights sounds amazing.
He said that. Sounds sarcastic.
Where have I put them? I've put them somewhere.
I think it's Richie Higgins.
Richie one. Yeah, I got the. I believe. I sent it off. I know that. Oh, TM's putting his team.
Here they are, Jason. Look. This is the runners-up trophy for this year. Let me get it out of its box. That's the runner-up trophy for this year. Nice little glass trophy with a nice little ball on it. That's your runner-up trophy. And this is the winner's trophy. Bit smaller than I would have liked, but I like it. I'm happy with it. And that's the winner's trophy.
There you go. Who needs the Ballon d'Or? You got the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the Ballon d'Or of fantasy. That's what it is.
Exactly.
And that's just my way of saying thank you to everyone who went at league.
So TM 1878, he went for Pickford, Guardiola, Man City, Chilwell, Braithwaite. He's gone Braithwaite. Is he actually down to play? Brave.
I think Everton will be doing anything just to see what they can try and cook.
He's not down to play, but we'll see. Rashford, Foden, Martinelli, Saka, Matoma, Jackson, Haaland, with a Stupian on the bench if Dyche doesn't start Braithwaite. Okay, then. Strong.
I like how we've got the exact same midfield. I like that a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay.
The aggressive transfer window. Oh, what's the aggressive transfer window?
Oh, there goes. Oh, I thought your dad went then. Oh, he's legal.
That will Lee, yeah. Do you know anything about that, Russell? The aggressive transfer window?
No, I'm not sure. I thought it was all about Leeds then, because ours is meant to be aggressive. So I don't know if he is a Leeds fan.
It's looking very aggressive from a Leeds United standpoint. Aggressive in selling the players. Well, no, sorry, not selling, loaning the players.
Yeah. But saying that, it has it's definitely kicking off a bit now. It'd be interesting to see if Braithwaite. I mean, I can't see Braithwaite starting for everyone, but it'll be interesting. We'll see.
Hello, guys.
You all right? You back?
Yeah, press my button.
That's fine.
Runs in family. It runs in family. You press wrong button.
Oh, while he's talked about the donkey trophy.
Wooden spoon.
Has anyone tried the aggressive transfer window thing? Well done, Stu. Aggressive one. Oh, what Leeds say. Do you think Everton will get points deducted in October, or will he escape the judgment? I think they will get points deducted, but not a lot.
I think they'll escape it, just because Everton and Arsenal are the only teams who have been in the Premier League the longest.
They like seeing Everton in Premier League, don't they?
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I know this sounds bad, but from a political point of view, they'll want to keep Everton in the league as much as possible.
I don't know. I think there could be something come out of that. I mean, it'd be interesting if he did, because would Leeds then be lodging complaints for money? Because
because they should have. If they, Leicester, Southampton, and Leeds will all be suing Everton.
Yeah.
It'd
be for a lot of money as well, because the Premier League it costs. It's cost all the teams who went down a lot of money.
It's cost Leeds and that's what it's done. It's cost Leicester and Southampton dear as well. There will also be a cup winners and runner-up trophies too, sponsored by the lovely Armani. If Braithwaite doesn't play, then Everton fans will
Kill
Kill
Dyche.
How about a trophy for last place of Armani? I did do one for last place, but I didn't do one for runner-up. Last year, I did a first and last. Dyche. I know who to bet on. Stu for champion. I meant, do you do transfers in the game?
Oh, so do you mean do you do transfers while the teams are playing and stuff?
You can't, Jason, because your team's locked in.
Yeah, but technically, once the game starts tonight, he then can do transfers.
Yeah, I think that's what it means. Does he do transfers while the games are going on?
Yeah, because but that'll be for next week. So
Yeah.
let's say
next week.
Yeah, let's say the game starts at 8 tonight. Technically, you can do a transfer, but that will come off next week's transfer. So then you'll have no transfers unless you're willing to take a minus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Opinions on Forest completing the signing of Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Let's say I really can't stand Forest. They drive me insane. But I actually think that's a really good signing.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how to get all the business from Forest. And I know we're not talking much about fantasy, but it's kind of hard when the deadline's over.
Well, in theory, it could be fantasy because he could become an option in fantasy.
Forest have got. It's just like last season, though. Forest are going out and signing 15, 20 players again.
Yeah, they haven't done as many this season, but yeah, I mean, I think Hudson-Odoi, it's annoying because I think it's a good signing. He was linked with. Was it Borussia Dortmund?
Bayern Munich for
yeah, so,
I think Bayern Munich offered 60 million.
Yeah, so then he's going to Forest. So
for 15.
I'm surprised no one else is coming in for him. But strange.
It could be an under the radar transfer. Who knows?
Yeah.
We had one last year. Well, I could get around to if you want. Yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, if you want to get a last place trophy, yeah, it's fine with me. Probably my only hope.
I want to get a trophy.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant, Wally. I'll give you that, mate. That's brilliant.
Tom Sports Everton.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, like I say, not really. I mean, we probably don't like the old the signing a few Leeds players. We're trying to get Nonto and obviously Lampard. Lampard and Leeds don't get on.
Hudson-Odoi was another Everton target.
I think he's a good player. I'm surprised teams like Forest are able to pick him up, to be honest with you.
Anyone starting to think about moving in on Newcastle?
Yeah, defenders.
Well, they're having a good season, aren't they, Armani? They've started well.
What do you think about Tonali? Because even though he's a defensive midfielder, he seems to be getting goals. And he seems to be making a big impact in that final third.
I don't know if he's box to box, but he's someone who I would probably have on my watch list, but I'd wait until he does a bit more, if you see what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I think, to be honest with Armani, I agree. I'm going to keep an eye on I think it's the defenders mainly. With the fixtures coming up for Newcastle, I think I'll be looking at defence because Newcastle's defence is so strong.
Nice one, good luck with you, Jason. Bournemouth set to sign Patson Daka for 25 million.
I think that's a good sign. Bournemouth are doing
that would be a good signing. Yeah, I think so. They could do well at Bournemouth under Mariola.
Do you know what? Do you know who Leeds? Considering who Leeds have signed already, I'm frustrated with the amount of outcomes. But the actual incomes we've done have been good. I was thinking when we signed that Pro yesterday, I was like, just if we had Max Aarons as well. It's just if we had that play. I was so frustrated Max Aarons didn't come to us. I was so good about him. So wanted him to come to Leeds. He'd been so good at us. But Bournemouth, like I say, that's linked into the Bournemouth thing. But Bournemouth, good business. You know, I know they've only got 1 point, but solid. They're going to.
I think Burnley are doing some very good business deals as well.
Yeah, it's frustrating. So I think it's
going to be a competitive league, I think, this year.
yeah, I think Sheffield United and Luton. Well, saying that, I'll be shocked if it's not Sheffield United and Luton in the bottom three.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Everton are looking very. I mean, you can even say Everton, Luton, Sheffield United, but hopefully, quite a lot of them get dragged in.
Would you put Wolves in there?
Yeah, definitely.
No, I think Wolves look quite good, even though they've not
You
won the
think-
3 games. I think they've got enough about them to stay up. Be interesting. It's a big game.
Is Traore, or has he gone from Wolves?
Who?
Adama Traore. He's gone, hasn't
Yeah, he's gone to Fulham.
Yeah.
he?
On a free as well. Didn't even get money
Wolves
for him.
Everton is huge. That's a massive game this week.
The amount of players Forest have signed, how have they got away with FFP?
Well, I mean, if Forest go down, geez, they're in for a world of pain.
I took a hit to get trips in early due to price rises. My team is worth 101.1 million
But
already.
that's a hell of a lot. Didn't realise. I'm only on 105. Well, 1,500,000. 1.4.
That's pretty impressive for Harmon, to be fair.
But then again, I always think the valuations of team value doesn't mean everything. I won a lot of my leagues, and a lot of the people I was against had £3 million more to spend. Their value of the team was like £3 million more. I still won the leagues. So,
I have a sorry.
Can you do a stream to teach how to do the basics of the on the game? I think I have, Jason. If you look back through his videos, if you go to the channel and look back into videos on FPL, there is out with the basics of playing FPL. But I'll double check, but Jason, any questions? Just ask me, and I'll help you.
Honestly, that's the whole point of this. To be fair, it's bringing in new players, and we're here. Like Russell's been in fantasy now for. It's the experienced one. I've been in fantasy for a couple of years now.
yeah.
Obviously, my dad's just started last year, and to be honest, he picked up pretty quickly. Fantasy-wise, he picked up pretty quick.
And there's a lot of people in the chat will help as well, to be honest with you.
All right, Harmony, she's impressed me at how Harmony's. I think Harmony is honestly a great person to learn from because she doesn't do the
obvious
stuff. It's kind of she likes playing wild cards and
fights
it works
the
out.
system.
Guns as well.
She's a protester. She fights the system. Like I said, Kieran's good. There's loads of people in the chat who, if we don't pick up the question, you usually find you'll probably get quite a few people reply to it in the chat. So
it's a good channel for that. That's why I like it. You know, we're a small. Well, Jason knows we're a small knit community, and it's a pretty good tight bunch of people who watch week in week out. Even if it in FPL, they watch other things, other shows on channel.
Yeah, well, you have different people for different things. I mean, I'm part of your fantasy bit in your channel, and then you watch long Leeds guy and Mally for your Leeds content, and then you obviously do ones where you talk to other fans, and it's more of a Premiership roundup about
West Ham and Brother Titch and Brother Kieran.
Well, you got West Ham, Spurs, Everton. You got loads of kind of fans floating around now. So, yeah, you'll usually find that maybe on Stu's channel that. I mean, I'm more involved in the fantasy side. I don't really get into. I mean, I could talk about Leeds all day, but I'm more interested in on his channel the fantasy side of it.
I try and give everyone a bit of different of everything.
I think the thing as well, what I kind of like about the community, we're all different fans of different clubs, so we can show different opinions on how each team or like for example with Man City last year, I was saying what our problems were, and
we got the Man City insight. We get the West Ham insight, the Spurs insight.
Effectively, Liam, what are Man City's problems? It's like,
I don't think they're going to be a storm. I think there's a strong possibility Arsenal win title this season.
I still think, and by the way, everyone, I think Stu's a secret West Ham fan as well. He's always. You'll find with Stu. He always tries to get West Ham into the conversation. Always drones on about
If
West Ham.
I lived in London, West Ham would be my club.
You're a closet West Ham fan. That's what I think.
If I lived in London, West Ham, out of the London clubs, West Ham would be my club.
I know, I can tell. You're not in London. You bang on about him every 2 minutes.
But I ban on about Spurs. I ban on about.
No, you don't. No, West Ham.
Yeah.
If you can get a conversation about West Ham, you're like, oh yeah, West Ham. It's like, come on, Stu, you Leeds here.
Yeah, but West Ham. But because the reason why we talk West Ham is because we've got West Ham fan base.
I know. They're the more influenced because a lot of your followers are West Ham. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Honestly, Jason, it's your first season. No one's going to judge. The only people who judge. The only people who we really judge is Russell.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because Russell's here, he tries to play the mind games, right? And this year I've got his mind games out, and I've got a few mind games up my sleeve. So this is what it comes out to.
Paranoid. He's paranoid, everyone.
I'm not paranoid. I'm taking it nice. Can't wait for next season.
Is it just me who can't believe Leeds signed Pedro, who was a world-class player? It only cost him $8 million, but he went to a Premier League club. He was valued at $20 million. I think it's because they were in it last year.
I'll be honest with you. I just thought that I was going to get nicked again. I thought we're not going to get him, so it's bound to mess up. And I was very surprised that one came through because I thought there'd be interest from higher up. So
it was
I think
quick
as
as
a
well.
signing, it's a problem. I mean, what I'm really liking, we'll talk briefly about Leeds. One thing I am liking right now with Leeds, even though it is frustrating that we seem to be letting a lot of deals kind of slip or not get completed, we are addressing the problem positions. We need a forward. We now got a forward. They're looking at Jed Spence. So that's a fullback. So we might not be getting as many over the line, but this week, up until Wednesday, I was screaming. But from Thursday onwards, and you can see this heavy linkage with a lot of good players for our level, and they're looking at positions that need strengthening. So the only thing I haven't heard much about yet is the midfielder. So I'm hoping we get the O'Brien or Kamara links, or maybe someone else start being serious. But all the positions, fullback, forward, number 10. We might not be getting them, but we're actually starting to go for these players now. They're starting to come out and go for them. So,
well, Michael Beale has Rangers played yesterday in Champions League qualifier, Champions League qualifier or Europa League qualifier, and he come out and says that Kamara will be leaving Rangers.
Yeah, but I think what we've got as Leeds fans is because we've seen so many deals slip away, and we've been pretty badly ran, apart from 2 seasons. I think we got a bit of paranoia, and we do get a bit of shell shock when it comes to transfers because we always think that something wrong is going to go wrong for us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's we don't seem to be able to get deals done easily, which I find frustrating.
Forest are getting investigated for FFP as well as Chelsea.
Oh, are they?
Mm.
I've got a question. This is fancy. Calvin Bassey for Fulham.
Oh, he's a good player.
He signed from Ajax. I'm thinking of bringing him in.
Yeah, I'd wait till Fulham were not the best.
Not now, but what I mean is, when I see the good fit, I think I might bring him in for a couple of games.
I thought he was brilliant.
I rate him highly. Like when I watched him in the Rangers, was it Europa League final?
Yeah. I'm surprised he went to Fulham unless he wasn't good at Ajax.
It could have been homesick.
I was quite surprised by that transfer actually when it happened. I was like, well, that's quite a good signing for Fulham. So everyone says that about the
club. Tom says, do you want to keep Nonto? Well, look, he's apologised to Parker. He's apologised to his teammates. As long as he puts in a shift tomorrow, that's a good enough apology.
I don't know
for
about
me.
you.
I want to see a statement written out by him with his
I'm hoping tomorrow we've got Perot, Sinistera, Ruter behind Perot, and Nonto.
That is a deadly.
I don't care now what's happened, I'm like, yeah, that's all done. I just
Yeah.
put players on the pitch. That front four,
That's
because I think that'd be a great front four. Do you imagine that?
That's
But I know what's going to happen. Sinisterra and Nonto and Pereira, they'll all be on the bench. And we'll probably be going 1-2-0 down, and then we'll start bringing them on. Well, I think we should start.
I can see Sinistero getting another injury or something if he starts.
I was really annoyed James got injured. So I was like, I rate James in this league, and I'm glad he's done well. But, I mean, I'd keep Nonto, personally, because for this league, he'll do well. I mean, if Everton come in with 30 million, I'd sell him. Because that could really fund out another load of players for us. And we're actually quite a lot of options. That's why I'm confused with this Belgian guy we're after. It's like, he's a winger. Why are we going after a winger? So unless someone is being sold, we just don't know about it.
I think you've got too many wingers.
Yeah, we've got Somerville, James, Sinisterra, and Nonto. So to this Platzel guy, doesn't make sense to me. Someone must be being sold.
Did Harrison get loaned out?
Yeah, he's went to Everton.
Okay, so yeah, Harrison's gone. So I mean, it makes sense, but you got too many wingers. I personally believe. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we should really be looking at fullbacks right now.
The fullbacks and maybe I mean Rutter is a striker, but he can play number 10. So maybe another
creative. I think he'd be better behind the striker. I would drop Geldhart to the bench and then play Rutter behind Perot.
Yeah, because I don't see Geldhart as a number 10. I see him as a fallen out striker. To be fair.
We've got a bona fide forward now, so let's get some ammunition behind him.
You're stuck on this message for a reason, right? I could talk about that teeny-weeny yellow spot bikini West Ham all day long, but that Kinsrow Blue team is that gets my goat. Cannot stick them. Only got 3 of their players in my team. Last season, Amani didn't have one. She went all season without bringing in any Chelsea players.
Or Man United. All Man United
players. And then this season, she's actually playing the game instead of
exactly. That's what I mean. She'll do well.
And to be honest, she's off to a flying start. 140. What is it? 140 odd points in the first.
She's ahead of me by 4 points.
That's insane.
Well, I've said that Amani will finish in top 5 this season. That's where I think she's going to finish. But she's got a plan right up to game week. She's telling me game week 16 or something. Is it something like that? She's got a plan of action. Unless there's any injuries, she knows exactly what she's doing.
Love it. So hot.
Everton's takeover by American company 777 will be completed.
Are you sure it's not 666?
But it's weird though, because it isn't Everton's owner like a billionaire.
I thought that collapsed.
Yeah, something collapsed, didn't it? So
yeah, an American investor.
Could be a new one. Who knows?
So does that mean that their FFP, when a new takeover comes in, does all their FFP problems go away?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think it does. I think it carries on because it's still the club, isn't it? It's still the club who have made that decision. It's not.
Yeah, I mean that's suspended in the previous season, so you can't kind of wipe it if they're not in charge anymore. No. Where did you get that comment from? I can't see that one. Where did you get that from? That's not on mine.
Which one?
That one you just put up on the screen. So I was laughing at his other comment about being bipolar. I don't know where you got that one from. It's not on my screen.
That one.
No, there's one saying.
The one underneath it.
Yeah, that one you put. It's not on my. I can't see that on there. That one made me laugh.
It's on Twitter. It's on Twitter.
Okay.
Sorry, it's on Facebook. Sorry.
What's on Facebook?
You should be able to see that comment.
Oh, guys, before we go to that team news.
Right, I've got it on screen.
Chelsea win. Might as well show them.
Come on, Cobble.
So this is the Chelsea team news. Let's do Chelsea one first with them being at home. Do you want me to zoom it in, Russell?
Do you want what, sorry?
There we go. Right, so starting 11, Robert Sanchez. What's that? Alexil?
Just say Axel.
Yeah, Axel.
Thiago Silva, Levi Colwell, Gusto, Fernandez, Gallagher, Moses Caicedo starts. Ben Chilwell's captain, Raheem Sterling, and Nicholas Jackson.
Okay, that's good.
On the bench, it's Big Storm, Beach, Humphries, Cucurella, Matson, Leslie, Diego Montero,
None.
that's Mudrick, and Mason Burstow.
I'll tell you what,
Right.
before you go on to the Luton team, that is a really weak-looking bench. I'm shocked by that bench.
It's a lot of youngsters. A lot of youngsters.
Where's Lavia? Is Lavia not signed for him?
No, Lavia's not signed from yet, I don't think.
Are you sure? I thought Lavia had signed.
Oh no, Lavia did, I believe.
I'm surprised by that.
The Luton team, let me refresh.
No, everyone, let's not get too excited about Luton because we all know.
Oh, I started. Look at him. He started Mr. Barkley. Fuck. Jesus.
Right, so you've got Kaminsky, Cavor, Burke, Lockyer, Bell, Giles, Nkamba, Barkley, Chong, Morris, and Adebayo.
Oh, see you later, Lawrence. Good luck for your team.
Good luck on the weekend, Lawrence.
On the bench, it's Krul, Anderson, Ben, Berry, Woodrow, Mpanzu, Brown, Johnson, and Dolly.
Is that Tim Krul who used to play for
Yeah.
Norwich?
He signed it on a free.
Do you know what? I'm quite surprised actually because Anderson and I think Boggy, they were £4 million defenders who started regular for Luton and now they're on the bench. Interesting. Interesting.
Tom says, but all you Leeds fans are bipolar with him. He clearly doesn't want to play for your club, but has been forced. He went. Fark made him train on his own. He was down to Monto if he wanted to. He went on to approached Fark first and apologised because he knew that this was doing his Italy international career no good.
I think what it is I think because he doesn't have a release clause and Leeds, they would have seen the social media and how annoyed the fans are with the amount of loan players we let out. I think they've had to basically put the foot down and say to him, yeah, we are kind of forcing him. So you're right, because if he could go, he'd probably go. But I also think that Leeds are willing to sell him, but if you want him, you're going to have to pay what Leeds want. So
what is the price tag on his head? Is it 35 million?
If we sold him for 30 million, I think that'd be a great deal. If you got 30 million plus a sell-on clause and a few add-ons, I tell you what, that'd be fantastic.
I thought like 40 million. I thought you were looking up between 30.
No, I think 30. I think 30 is realistic. And you got to remember, for FFFP, we signed him for 5 million. And if you sell him for 25, that gives you a lot to play with. So I wouldn't be surprised if Nonto did actually leave in the end. But the way Leeds are moving now, I am very confident that we would use that money well in the position we needed.
Well, Manny says here, Nonto has been managed by a man showing him care and who isn't using him like his agent. His apology comes by playing, contributing and scoring goals. It is all finished for me. I agree with that. Apologise on pitch. Do your apologies on the pitch, not on an ambient.
But I do hope he starts tomorrow because I
want to say
we need points and we need our best players playing, and he is one of our best players.
Yeah, of course we do.
I find it weird.
We're a better team with a minute than without a minute.
I find it weird how he just comes on for like a 10-minute cameo.
Who?
Nonto. He comes on for like a 10-minute, 20-minute cameo, and that's it.
Well, he did start the first game.
That's a good question, actually. Amani, how many transfers this week? I reckon 3.
No, I think he was on about her transfers in fantasy football.
I'm going to say Leeds United transfers. I think it's going to be about 3 more.
Unless you're on about Leeds.
That was MSP, right? MSP, and they had 777 on hold in case they pulled out. But MSP is still playing. He's still paying for the stadium. Wow, that's crazy. Free really to beat price rises are took a little hit. Thumbs up. After all, mates, cheers, brother Lawrence. Thanks for joining us, brother. And Miles behind it comments, guys. See you later,
Jesus
Lawrence.
Christ, you are, aren't they?
Chilwell will get something off on the 16th minute for Ian Matteson. Everton's ex-Starboy starts. I feel privileged to be part of our community. Absolutely fantastic. That's brilliant, Jason. Really good to hear. 30 million with 5 trillion add-ons.
I mean, what would you take through, Stu?
Well, when he was causing, when the transfer request went in, I thought 25 million plus about 5 million in add-ons.
Yeah, but they supposedly rejected that, didn't they? So
yeah, I would have took that for him when he handed in that transfer request because I thought not only has he refused to play, but then a week later he's handed in a transfer request. But we don't know the full story with that, do we? We know he handed in a transfer request, but we don't know quite exactly when he handed it in.
So how much would you be happy for him to be sold for?
30 million. He's 30 million.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good price.
Yeah, 30 million, but cash up front from Everton as well. If they want him 30
well, that's
million.
the problem. Do they have that cash? That's the problem.
Well, then they can't have him. If you're going to let it, it's buying now. But if you're going to let one of your star players go, you've got to get the full amount of money to bring in another star player.
Yeah, I do think they would play hardball there. So.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he's decided to stay at Leeds. Last star boys never had were Bob Latchford and Graham Sharp. What about what was the goalkeeper called? Neville. Yeah, he was a brilliant keeper.
Everton had a great team in the 80s, didn't they? They won the league twice, didn't they? I think the 80s, brilliant team.
What would your lineup be for tomorrow? You see, this is the thing, right? I honestly believe they brought Caldalo in because they thought they were losing Meslier.
Do you know what mine would be? I'm going to go. I'll quickly tell you mine. Meslier, Drama, Stewart, Roden, Byron. Yeah. I still think we need Byron. I still don't trust him. Gray, Ampadu.
Yes, I agree with that.
Sinistera, Ruta, Nonto, Perot.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Yeah.
I mean, the only one you could argue with is maybe Alien for Drama, and if Dan James is able to play, if not, it drops a lot of players to the bench. The bench all of a sudden looks all right.
I love what Erling did for us and done for us, and as a professional model and stuff. I get it, but I am still bewildered why Cody Drama isn't our designated right back.
I don't know. I mean, looking at all this, we tried to sell Max Aarons and we're supposedly going for Spence from Spurs. So, to me, I think he's playing him, but he's looking to upgrade and get better in. So I'm quietly confident we'll actually have a lot of the players, better players, by the end of the window in positions we have there.
But if we bring in another right back, that drops Drama down to third choice right back.
Well, maybe Drama's going. I don't know. Let's see how that pans out.
Shall I tell you one player who, I'm getting frustrated because I think he deserves some game time. That's Giabe.
I think you'll find that we'll probably sign a midfield and he'll be fourth choice. So
I feel like, don't get me wrong, I know he's the next Man City player, so obviously I've got some feelings towards him. But every time I've seen him play for Leeds, he's not done anything wrong.
Yeah, I'd say that he hasn't been that great when he's been starting for us this season, which is annoying because I do think there's a good player in him.
I think he needs to loan. I think Giabe needs to loan out to get.
No, don't loan him because no more loans. No.
To get him first, to get him experience.
No, we need everybody we've got right now. No loans for any.
You're not going to use him, Lawrence.
I think we could. I definitely wouldn't be loaning anyone else. We need to strengthen that.
He needs to start playing first 2 minutes then.
No, he can play a few reserves, but he can be on the bench and come on. No, there's no way I'll be loaning out Giabe. Especially when we've only got two midfielders. You don't loan out a third one.
Well, let's get him. He's on bench, isn't he? He's on bench.
I would definitely not loading out, not yet. No.
As long as he gets minutes every now and again, I think that'll be all right.
He's a player who should be, if you think about it, Gray, we shouldn't be using Gray as much as we are. We should be in this position. We should be, hopefully, we'll have a few more options come the end of the window.
What about that? What about 10 million? Michael Keane, a packet of Tyake cigarettes and a sell-on clause for when we sell.
Mope always scores against them. Saying that, Michael Keane's a nightmare. I wouldn't touch him. But do you know what's weird? Even though Mope always misses all his chances, it's still kind of weirdly rated. He always does well against Leeds, doesn't he? He always scores against us. Mope.
You couldn't afford him. He was never for sale anyway. More charges, and we'll be heading Everton's way. All joking aside, if Nonto has a strong season, then who's to say how he stock climbs? 30 million is cheap. Look at the comparisons.
Yeah, but it's only if we get promoted that you'll probably get really good money for him. If he has a really good season, but we don't go up,
It's going to be annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Messley you have.
I don't mind it, but he's just. I don't understand what's really happened to him. Really, he should be a really good keeper. I mean,
Sounds a good team. I would definitely drop Ayling though.
But do you know what's going to annoy me? That's in my team. In my head, that's the best team. I just know when the team loses. I know when the team's released tomorrow, I'm going to go, oh, we could have been so much stronger, but we've not done it. I bet you anything we'll have some really good players on the bench, and we'll probably start losing before we bring them on.
A man he's got £10 million on leave to if he's to score any time at 16-1, and £10 million on first goal at 40-1.
£10 million? Wow, she got a lot of money.
Sorry, £10 on 40-1.
Okay.
Mentally, hasn't been at his best because the Leeds players in general were flat.
Yeah,
he did make some hours though, Jason. You can't blame. You can blame back for quite a few things, but not all of them. His positioning. I remember that position for Everton goal. That was disastrous. I think it were.
Should we get an ice? Who wants an ice cream?
Let's get promoted then, MOT. I hope you're right, mate. Everton must like to sign Beto from Serie A for £25 million.
I've got a question for Leeds fans. Are you happy that you dodged a bullet with Charles de Catalante?
He's gone to Atalanta now, hasn't he?
He's gone back to the club I think he came from.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
because it was a lot of money for him, wasn't it? What was it, like 35 million?
Yeah, I don't know. He could have. He was actually very good at Club Brugge. He could have been really good, but we don't know. I mean, he's one of these players where everyone's going to always crap now, but it's what you never know. He could come good again, so we'll never know really. But I am convinced that the transfer policy of our club now is far better than
it was before.
Yeah, because we're not. I keep saying it. We're actually trying to sort out problem areas now, which all the fans have been going on about for ages.
It was more scattergun approach, wasn't it, from Victor?
Well, they were just obsessed with wingers. We need fullbacks.
It was wingers. It was more attacking players that they were more focused about.
But I am convinced these guys are trying to strengthen all the key areas.
Which is what you want to see, it's what you want to see as a football club. You don't just want to see going out and buying like a really good player. One good. I would rather take 5 good players than one amazing player.
Yeah, I think what's really been triggering me though is the amount we've let out. I mean, everyone we've brought in for incomings, I am really happy with Leeds so far.
Yeah,
but it's just the amount of players that have gone out, the amount of injuries. That's what's frustrated me. It's like when we actually get all our shit together, we could have quite a good little team.
Jason says that there's a lot of sour grapes from other team supporters.
Well, there's always sour grapes with other team supporters. Yeah, there'll be sour grapes against Leeds. We'll have sour grapes against. Yeah, that's football for you, isn't it?
60 grand, Seamus Coleman.
Yeah.
2 flakes, please. We ice cream ban. I wouldn't sell Meslier cheap just because of the time under rubbish coaching.
Mate, you'd probably find Meslier is another player that doesn't have a contract. He's probably someone we can negotiate hard with because he probably won't have a get-out loan clause.
How until
No,
kick-off now?
that's
Is
fine.
it,
Yeah,
is it,
done
oh,
it.
it's an 8 o'clock
Right.
kick-off, isn't it?
But look, I think if we can start Sinistera, Nonso, and Pro tomorrow, I think we got
Yeah,
we
why
went
wouldn't you?
from no chance to having a really good chance.
Yeah,
The
the question I got I hate Meslier. The thing I would say is, why wouldn't you? Yeah, Nonto's pretty hated, but he's a very good player. We're playing top of league Ipswich. We don't have to fear Ipswich. We are better than Ipswich. They've just got the win behind them. Go for it. Let's play our best players and get a result. We need a win. Aki Anderson, hello. Just before, I presume we're getting off soon. If you want to put your team on the screen, we'll have a quick look at your team. But I presume, Stu, you're probably looking to wrap it up soon, aren't you? Because I actually want to watch the Chelsea game, so I can get set up to watch that as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch.
All stats for me. Can't complain.
Well, we'll have a quick look at Mans's because he's hinting at his template team, so you might as well write it in the comments and show us the team. So. I hate Meslier. Why do you hate Meslier so much? If anything, you should like Meslier because
why don't you just buy Meslier? Buy him.
He gifted Coleman a goal. When we went to Everton, he left his whole side of his goal open for him. You should love Meslier. He helped you survive last season.
I backed an horse today 7-1 because it was called Peach. It won and went down to 4-1. It was actually called Reach. Who needs glasses?
Hey, do you know whose team you didn't ask about?
Well,
go on, Russell.
Go on, then.
No.
All right, I asked about your captain, right? And you said, "Oh, wait till the teams get released."
Yeah, but then you all went off.
I've been waiting for my app to refresh, but it hasn't yet.
Well, I got Onana, a stupid Ruben Diaz, Man City, Chilwell, Saka, Fernandes, Odegaard, Rashford, Eze. I'm not dropping Eze. He's brilliant. Jackson, Chelsea, Haaland, captain. On my bench, Turner, Bayer, Baldock.
We're bringing the firepower this week, ladies and gentlemen.
I've still got 0.5 in the bank, actually. So I brought in Diaz and Jackson for Watkins and got rid of Gabriel because Gabriel was pissing me off.
It's very rare Russell swears, but it must be so if he does.
Gabriel was frustrating.
Frustrating, isn't it? Frustrating play, Gabriel. Gabriel, I thought you might have realised that last season, at the end of last season, when Saliba got injured, Arsenal started to leak goals in.
Yeah, I know, but Gabriel was always guaranteed to start. So
you can always tell when you're doing good because the opposition supporters are on our streams more than usual. Yeah, good. It's all good. It's all good, Jason. Everyone's welcome, as you know, mate. I don't know how to show it, but the outside players were Mings that I shifted, and Gay from Aston Villa got Odegaard did captain Watkins again.
Oh, so he captained him last week. Okay, then.
No, what we mean is, Mans, what we might send it in, just type it in the comments. Like, do
you know what your current team is right now? The one you did tonight.
Lee's doing his busy research for next week already.
What was that, Russell? Sorry, mate.
I know that he's heard my team and he's already trying to counter it. He's like, right, Russell's told his team I've got to figure out what to do.
Oh, I want to speak to you after we finish this, Russell, because I've got a question to ask you. It's for Lee's benefit more than my own. Has anyone got what they want to say before we start wrapping up?
Not really.
Apart from good luck with your teams this week. Hope you get maximum points. Hope you beat Russell's score. Keep Russell where he is in table. Happy days.
I can't wait for next season.
Already.
Yeah. Yes, Stu. Everyone is welcome. It's what it's all about. Inclusive. It is. And Amani says, good for you. We all hate Everton. Cute but psycho since even out. Inky, hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. New rules in FPL make it more realistic. All Man City fans should be allowed to spend 500 million more than everyone else.
Oh, music to my ears. Music to my ears,
Because
please.
you could probably say that about Chelsea and Newcastle as well, though. Their fans.
Yeah, I'm Man United. I'm Man United, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, Russell, are you expecting a good game week then this week now?
I've not changed much. I'm happy with my team. I mean, it's people like Fernandes. People are thinking of dropping him. You've got Forrest at home. He's on penalties, and he was really unlucky against Spurs. Why would you be dropping him? Rashford, I'm happy with him. Eze, I think it's amazing. Eze could get something against Brentford. He's on all set pieces and penalties. Why wouldn't you want him? Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. My team. I look at my team and go, yeah, it's not been great last week, but it's still a good team. I'm confident they'll do well.
And my man is proud of Inky. Good evening, the Dorman.
I like that photo.
Peace, love, and understanding. Thanks, TDT. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Well, look, guys, we'll start wrapping up there. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Much appreciated. Back to FPL, back to grind. Here we go. So we've got a good season to look forward to. Plenty of stuff to look out for. Getting back into the swing of it again. Russell, thanks for joining us as always.
Yeah, good. It's been really good actually. I was kind of looking at the amount of comments, and yeah, you're getting a lot of comments, quite a lot of views. So it's been a good stream, and it's nice to see people popping in and contributing to it. So yeah, good one.
Good man. Good man. Lee, thank you as always, Lee. Lee?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Thank you as always, mate. Liam Stat, thank you very much for joining us. Much appreciated, as always.
You're welcome to being in the presence of a bad fantasy player. Yeah.
Welcome in the presence of next season.
That's it, next season. That's all I'm just waiting for next season now.
Great stream as always, guys. Brilliantly done, guys, by everybody. Inky's, Peacock, are you doing a quiz tonight? Probably, mate. Right. So, right, brilliant. Is that on your channel then, Peacock Whites, and what time? Thank you for all for joining us today. Have a great weekend, all.
Oh yeah, have a good bank holidays. But I keep forgetting it's bank holiday weekend, isn't it? Everyone might have 3 days off. So
least concentrating. Yeah, I didn't even know it were a bank holiday. I don't even know what day of week it is, mate.
No, I'm probably working it.
Yeah, bank holiday, yeah. So have a good bank holiday, if you're all.
Least concentrating he is. So Peacock Whites, is your quiz on your the YouTube channel? Is that how you watch it? No, mate, it's on the mate's channel, bud. Ah, right, brilliant. No worries at all, mate. No worries at all. Thank you very much for watching this. And before I go, let Hermione answer that question. Hermione, what have I done? I am 10 years, Kieran, I'm sober today. You're 10 years today. Well done, Hermione.
I can't imagine Harmony being a drinker. She seems so sensible.
Is it me or more and more bank holidays? Well, because we had Queen's death and we had Queen's King's jubilation and stuff. I think that's a emotion.
Coronation.
That's what I meant. Yeah, coronation.
Not a jubilation.
Inky, best points in our league in FPL. Right, well, look, guys, thank you very much for watching this edition of the Table Team. It did get a bit Monday at end, but we got there. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Much appreciated, and we will be back soon, shortly. Probably seeing what I'm doing tomorrow, but if not, I'll be helping Gary do a watch on his channel. Let's hope this can get the 3 points, and hope everyone has a really good
FPL. Hero hat-trick, hopefully.
Well, don't forget clean and sober, not easy. It's bloody not easy, Jason. It's really not, mate. Trust me. Right, well, look, guys, thank you once again. And only one thing to say, it's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me. Lee's not going to say anything because he's zoned out. I'll say it for him.
Lee?
Yeah, goodbye for me.
Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.